Good time of day, guys. My name is Godzi, and welcome back to another episode of Wonderful Everyday. Last episode, we began Which Dreamed It, which is from Hasaki's perspective, and we seem to be, towards the end of the time period already, or, towards the end of July already, close to the 20th. So I'm guessing this chapter is probably not going to be all that long, but it's probably going to reveal a lot of stuff, I'm hoping, because otherwise would be the point of a very short chapter just showing, Hasaki just putzing around with Kimura jokingly hitting on her, which is kind of uncomfortable, honestly, but either way, yeah, let's just continue, because, yeah.
Why did you come to the school?
Well, I heard there was a mystery here at Kita High. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. There's an old Japanese phrase. You can't find a tiger cub without going into the tiger den.
This is completely unrelated, but can I ask you a question?
Anything!
In that old phrase about the tiger, do you know why someone would want to find a tiger cub? Do they want one as a pet?
I'm not sure. Tiger furs are really valuable, right?
You would kidnap a tiger cub just for money? You really are a bad person.
I'm not a bad person.
Well, it's not like you're actually going to do it. But won't you get reported to the authorities if someone sees you going into the high school?
It's okay. Kimura-san walked into the school with me. Whoa! You there, wait a second! I'm not a bad person!
I knew you weren't allowed in here.
Hey, wait!
What are you trying to do? Kimura-san!
I was scared. He would have dragged me all the way into the staff room.
Of course they would. Someone like you really sticks out in the school.
Why? Don't I have a baby face?
That's not what I'm saying. That camera is really suspicious.
Also, you have a beard, Kimura. Well, not a very prominent one, but still. Maybe I should have put on a uniform.
I don't think that's the real problem either. Besides, what are you trying to investigate?
Well, you know, there's more activity on the underground message board when your brother is at school. And when he's at home, there's no activity at all.
So you think my brother is somehow related to that message board?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
You're not very sure of yourself.
Not really.
Tell me everything. Don't hold back.
If there's a way to stop the disaster that's about to happen, I have to know everything. Wait. That was Hasaki, I'm so stupid. Everything. Okay. Kimura-san took a moment to think and then opened his mouth to speak. It was yesterday. Somewhere by that same apartment building in Suginomiya, Akasaka Megu and Kitami Satoko found something. That's what they said.
So that's why you were there in Suginomiya, because you read online that something was going to happen there.
Yeah, to tell the truth, I was watching your brother before that. They said they found something, but your brother actually planted it there right before they came.
I see. That really is important information.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if I should tell you of all that. That's why I hid that part. I was trailing him because of what he had done before. It was just a coincidence that I saw him plant that. Okay. I'm probably the only person who knows. No one online knows about that.
He's trying to make something happen. That's what you think, right?
Yeah, sorry, but that's what I really think. This whole incident doesn't just happen to revolve around him. He's the one causing these things to happen. He's doing it all.
Kimura-san, you should take a look at his computer.
His computer? The one in the house?
No, there's probably nothing on that one. I'm talking about the other computer, the one he keeps in his secret base.
He has another one?
The manager of the Kita High underground message board is probably Takuji Nissan.
I see.
See, you're not even surprised. That's what you were thinking too.
Well, I was watching him for quite a while, but do you know where that computer is?
Yes, I've never been there, but I'm pretty sure I know where it is.
Then we should sneak in there tonight.
We don't have to wait until then. It should be fine for us to go now.
Well, I would love to go right now, but the school authorities really don't seem too fond of me. That was putting it mildly.
We don't have to go through the school to get there.
Oh, really? Is it really down here?
Yes, it should be just ahead.
But this is a sewer, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Oh, here it is.
Here? What is this room?
It was the pool's water tank, I think.
The water tank? There's no water in here, though.
It's the tank for the old pool that doesn't get used anymore. Now then,
Why does Hasaki know where this is? Ah, Hasaki-chan! What is this?
what does it look like?
The foundation. Why is there such a large foundation under this school?
I'm surprised too. The foundation is really massive.
So this is the first time you've seen it too, Hasaki. How did you know this was here?
Nissan said, Nissan told me about it.
I see. Oh, is this a generator? Wow, the secret base is really something.
I turned on the electricity.
Looks like there's a light over there. There was a slight luminescence over where Kimura-san was pointing.
Huh?
What? I grabbed Kimura-san and hid behind the pillar. What? You finally got me alone?
He's here.
Your brother? In the center of the foundation, there was a silhouette of a person looking at the ceiling. I couldn't see his face, but I knew it had to be Nissan. Oh, great. Oh, you're right. That could be bad. He probably noticed us when he turned on the light.
No, it should be fine.
Will it? Wouldn't he notice if the light suddenly came on in the dark?
Just look at him. He's not moving at all.
He was standing in exactly the same position, looking up at the ceiling.
I've seen him in that state more than once before. Right now, he probably isn't receptive to any information from the outside world.
He isn't receptive to any information?
Yes, so I think we'll be okay.
Really? But...
Anyway, we should go check it out. Follow me, it's over here.
Hasaki-chan. Wow, what is this?
I think it's my brother's secret base.
A secret base, huh? This is amazing. Oh, here's the computer.
He's probably getting on the internet from this computer too. He hardly touches the one at home.
Oh, lucky! He doesn't have a password on here. Hasaki-chan, can you just give me a second here? Kimura-san pulled out a thumb drive and stuck it into the USB port. Just a second, I just need to copy some of these files. Kimura-san sat down in front of my brother's computer. And I looked around at Nissan's secret room for the first time. Books. Lots of books. There were dusty shelves on the wall, filled with all sorts of difficult books. Those books belonged to Yuki-san and Tomo-ni-san. Why were they all here? Oh, that's right. I think Nissan did say that he kept losing his books before he could finish them.
No wonder.
Maybe Takuji-ni-san hid these difficult books here because he doesn't like them. He's quite the nuisance for Yuki-san and Tomo-ni-san, though. I looked at the other shelves, too. There were a bunch of manga and light novels cleanly arranged on most of the other shelves. These must be Takuji-ni-san's.
He used to read all sorts of hard books before.
I guess that's his way of distancing himself from his past. It used to be Tomo-ni-san that didn't like to read hard books. I guess it was probably Yuki-san's influence that made him start reading more. Because Tomo-ni-san really liked Yuki-san.
Huh?
A cell phone, huh?
It's not mine. It's probably Nissan's.
Your brother's phone?
Let's go. He's going to wake up soon.
Wait, really? Kimura-san shut down the computer and pulled out his USB drive.
Hurry!
Yeah! I saw the silhouette move to look at the ringing phone. We could still get away without being noticed.
Kimura-san, hurry!
Yeah! So this is where it leads. Wow.
Kimura-san, we need to hide. We can't be seen inside the school.
Sir. Kimura-san and I hid in the brush. If we just followed the hedgerow, we could get all the way over to the school's back fence without being seen.
Kimura-san, hurry up!
Wait a second.
Huh?
Your brother came out of the manhole.
He did?
Oh. He had come out of the underground base, too. He looked like he was worried about something. Did something happen? Is something bothering him? Ugh!
Someone's here.
We hid and watched. Oh. Okay. There were quite a few students gathered around my brother. He looked like he was shocked at the number of people. They're surrounding him. What's going on? That's Akasaka Megu, and that's Kitami Satoko. And that one is Tachibana Kimika, I think.
You know them, huh?
I investigated a whole bunch of them. I know the names and faces of quite a few students in this school.
Mamiya-sama? I saw it.
No, this is...
Mrs. Senagawa really died! I was so moved! Your power did it, my savior!
Okay.
I was waiting in the courtyard just like you ordered me to, and Mrs. Senagawa really fell. She splattered all over the ground.
What?
It was the rooftop above the 4th floor, so she fell from 5 stories up. I didn't think that was high enough to kill someone outright, but she just went splat. Yes, you specified the time and location, didn't you?
Wait, that was Kimika, yeah? Okay. Really? Kimura-san and I were at a loss for words. That meant that another person had died here at the school. This is bad. We need to get away from the school.
Huh? Oh, right.
I was confused and didn't know what to say. Another person had died. And according to the conversation just now, my brother had predicted that I can't read, that person would die. Which means... Hasaki-chan, I know this is scary, but we have to get out of here. Someone just died here. If we're found loitering around the crime scene, we could be mistaken for the perpetrators. Come on! He pulled my hand as we ran around the backside of the school and went to hop over the back fence. Hasaki-chan, hurry up!
Yeah.
I hopped over the fence too. I didn't realize that Senagawa died this late. Like, it's the 17th right now, right? She seriously doesn't die until the 17th? Then, right when we came out into the alley behind the school... Hey, you! Why were you in there? Neek! You're that guy from earlier! Run away!
Yeah!
And then? They saw my face. Careless. So basically, the school and the police think that you're the most suspicious person. I didn't do anything. Tell that to the police. I can't tell them that. Don't worry about it. They'll investigate you for a few days and then it'll be over. You can only say that because you've never experienced it. You don't know how scary it is to be interrogated by the police. Of course I haven't experienced that. It happens to you because you're so careless. Oh god, do you think there will be wanted posters up tomorrow? Ones with my face on them? Well, it's not like we know this person was murdered. All you know is that they died. That's true, but... Besides, there's nothing on the news. If they thought it was a homicide, they'd be covering it on the news, don't you think? I guess so. I can't believe another person has died at that school. Yeah, what the hell is going on?
How much information did you get off Nissan's computer?
I won't know until I take a look at it. For what it's worth, I copied all his passwords and all the data from the message boards. Most of the stuff on his computer was just stupid videos, but it wasn't hard to find the work data.
Here.
I handed a key to Kimura-san. What's this?
The key to the house. It's the spare, though.
Why did you give me this?
There's another computer in the house. You should investigate that one, too.
Huh? Me? Are you sure? Of course she's sure. It's not like you can betray us now. You're in more trouble than any of us.
And besides, I don't know anything about computers, so I wouldn't know what I was looking at. If you know what you're looking for, then you should go.
Oh, that should help me out a lot. Thanks.
And, Kimura-san.
What? The words were stuck in my throat, but it was too late to be hiding things now. What's wrong?
If Nissan comes home and tells you that his name is Tomosane...
Yeah, I understand. If he says his name is Tomosane, then bring him here, right?
Huh?
I couldn't believe it myself, but I think I know what the situation is. The brother you love is the one called Tomosane, right? That arrogant, brutish sort of guy, right?
Yeah?
Understood. If he comes home, then I'll bring him to you here.
Thank you.
What's so funny? I'm just surprised that you're such a good man. Me? Oh, come on, you don't need to state the obvious. No, I just want to eat you up. No, stop it! Alright, good bit, game. Oh no, now it's the 17th. Okay. Huh. That day, it was evening before I woke up. After what happened yesterday, I couldn't sleep until early morning. Master closed the store down for today, so I just slept until now.
The phone! It's Kimura-san! Kimura-san?
Yeah, it's me.
What happened?
Well, that incident from yesterday is being treated as a suicide, so no one is accusing me of being a murderer.
Oh, that's good.
The police don't think that I'm the culprit, but they're investigating me as a person potentially involved with the past several deaths.
Really?
Apparently a drug dealer was attacked by a young man last night.
A drug dealer?
Oh, that must have been the stuff with Nishimura, right? Illegal drugs, of course. After that, the members of some sort of gang moved to protect themselves, and the police have been moving in response to them. People have told me that I should just hand myself in to the police. The police would put me in jail at worst, but this gang would kill me if they caught me.
Will you be okay?
I was investigating the drug trade in this town, so it's not like I'm completely unrelated. One of my friends is trying to help clear up the misunderstanding. I met with a bunch of people who wanted to talk about that stuff, so I wasn't able to gather much information today. Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. You had a lot on your plate.
I sure did. I'm not completely charged of all guilt yet either. So, wait, did I say charged or cleared? I don't know. So it's not like this is past tense. If we can bring the truth to light, people will have no reason to doubt me anymore. Then I won't be targeted by anyone. But right now, both the police and the thugs are looking for me. The police think that the deaths might have happened under the influence of illegal drugs, even if they weren't homicides. They're definitely still investigating the situation.
Under the influence?
Yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to investigate the drug trade here. This city is pretty famous for being the center of a lot of drug activity.
What about my brother?
Doesn't seem like he's being targeted. All the attention is focused on me right now. But that's just a matter of time. The police say that they've gotten the names of several students who were in frequent contact with the dead drug dealer, though.
Did my brother know those people?
I don't think the police will hear his name from any of them. At the very least, I've never seen him talking to any of them. But if any of the students who were buying drugs happen to get caught, there's a good chance they might snitch on your brother. I've seen him taking drugs away from them with my own eyes.
I see.
And the things that happened at Kita High, like when your brother injured a teacher.
Did something like that actually happen?
They say he smashed a flower vase over a teacher's head during class. The school hasn't told the police about what happened, but that's probably just a matter of time too. Because of his unusual behavior, people will assume that he's got his hands in the drug trade as well.
Oh.
Well, for better or worse, they were chasing me because I was in the school when Mrs. Shinagawa jumped off the roof and killed herself. So they're not focused on anyone else right now.
Sorry, seems like I've gotten you into a lot of trouble.
What do you mean? This is my job. I got involved because I wanted to. It's a lot of fun being right in the middle of everything, though.
Try to be serious here. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
What if it did? Are you worried about me?
Of course I'm worried about you.
That must be my adult charm at work.
You don't have any of that.
Oh, you're so quick to cut me down. Oh, right, there's one more thing, but I'm not sure if I should tell you about this.
What is it?
Your brother. He came home.
Huh?
I don't know whether he's the man you call Tomosane, though. Anyway, I have somewhere else I have to go right now.
Kimura-san! He hung up.
Alright, that must have been Yuki then. Nissan is in the house? That was probably the new Yuki-san. Oh, she thinks so too. She was always the one I saw at the house. But if it was Tomo-Nissan...
If Tomo-Nissan went back to the house, he wouldn't know that I'm staying here.
I hadn't thought of a way of telling him that. I thought Kimura-san might be able to tell him, but Kimura-san wasn't watching the house at all times. If Tomo-Nissan came home when no one was there...
No one would be able to tell him where I am. I don't know who's in the house right now, but...
But still, if that was Tomo-Nissan, and even if it wasn't him, the other two wouldn't be able to recognize me at all. In the classroom, they just recognized me as the twins, But in the house, I would probably be removed from their consciousness in order to maintain consistency.
Maybe
Maybe I should leave a note for Nissan, in case he comes home, telling him that I'm at the Hakushukyo bar.
there's no danger, right?
My dog is going ballistic right now. I knew I was just making convenient excuses for my actions. No matter what the reason, though, I wanted to be sure. It'd been so long since I saw Tomo-Nissan. I just wanted to see him again. If there was even a small chance of seeing him again, then I'd bet it all on that. I took the train from Suginomiya back to my house. It wasn't that far. It always felt like a quick ride before, but this time it was a very long train ride. As I watched the scenery drift by, I thought about a lot of different things. About today, about the past, about Tomo-Nissan's relationship with Takuji-Nissan, and about Yuki-san, who protected me. And after that, the days I've lived with him since that day. No, not just with him. I lived those days with Tomo-Nissan and Yuki-san, and Takuji-Nissan as well. The incident that changed everything in my life, and the incident that completely changed my family. Everything from that moment in time, leading up to me being here today. Tomo-Nissan's kindness, Takuji-Nissan's curse, and Yuki-san's... I was lost in thought, but then a sign flashed by with my station's name on it. The train slowed as it approached the station. I arrived at my destination. There was a light on in the house, so he really did come home.
I wonder who it is.
There was a light on in the living room. Someone was in my brother's room on the second floor. I quietly went upstairs. He was doing something with his phone in the middle of the room. That wasn't his phone. None of them really spend that much time playing with their phone. I wonder who it is. They were deleted just yesterday, so I should be able to retrieve all the important messages. Alright, yep, that's Yuki. She has Senegawa's phone. There was a list of the different messages from Takashima around here. He was doing something with the phone while watching the computer out of the corner of his eye. He must be investigating something. Whoa, there are a ton of them! I wonder whose phone that is. This doesn't seem like a ghost. Looks like someone was leading Mrs. Senegawa on. Mrs. Senegawa, she's the one who died yesterday. He must be investigating Mrs. Senegawa's death, which means...
It's Yuki-san. Or maybe Tomo-Nissan?
Which one is it? I couldn't tell because he wasn't saying much. If I come out now, Yuki-san won't recognize me, but Tomo-Nissan will. Then I should just go for it. I'm just curious. He called someone with the phone in his hand, and then... Huh? There was a quiet ringing sound in the room, which means the phone he called was in the room. For some reason, he was shocked by that fact. It was like he couldn't believe what he was hearing. Why is the sound coming from inside this room when I called Takashima-san's phone? He called Takashima-san's phone? Then that ringing just now was Takashima-san's phone? What the? He pulled open the desk drawer where the sound was coming from, and lying there was... This is... that cell phone. It was the phone that Takuji-Nissan brought back to the house a few days ago. I remembered how he was touching it and mumbling something to himself. I remembered that it was creepy how the case was broken. That was Takashima-san's phone. But why would Takuji-Nissan have something like that? Takashima Zakuro's cell phone? He fearfully picked up the phone. He probably didn't know that Takuji-Nissan was the one that put it there. Does that mean that this is the new Yuki-san? No way! Wait, for the moment, just calm down. After looking at the phone, he collapsed back into his chair. What am I doing? What's this? When he sat down, he knocked some white powder off the table. What is that powder? What am I doing? He opened the window and tried to dump the powder out the window, but then the wind blew it all over the room. What's wrong with me? Whoa. I looked at the doorpost I was holding onto and saw fingerprints on it. They use this stuff in detective shows, right? It was some kind of powder that reveals fingerprints. I didn't know he had something like that. Huh? What is this? I heard a note of despair in his voice. These are... The scattered powder showed all the fingerprints in the room. On the desk, on the drawer, on the closet. Nissan trembled at the sight of those fingerprints. They're the same as the ones on Takashima-san's desk. Why? Okay, that's actually something, concerning. Did Yuki have, like, a weird perception of fingerprints? Because she should have the same fingerprints as Takuji because they're in the same body. But does her perception change her fingerprints to something different to make it seem like in her perception that Takuji is a different person? Maybe? That'd be weird, though. That'd be really strange. Why? Her cell phone is in my room, as well as the same fingerprints that were on her desk. Why? It was the new Yuki-san, and she was under a terrible misunderstanding. Those were her own fingerprints. She thought those were someone else's fingerprints. They're probably the fingerprints of the culprit she was chasing after. In other words, they were Takuji Nisan's fingerprints. She was probably terrified because she saw Takuji Nisan's fingerprints all over the room. Of course his fingerprints were all over the room. Because Yuki-san and Takuji Nisan are the same person, they have the same fingerprints. It's not surprising at all that his fingerprints would be all over the room. This is... When I saw Yuki-san trembling like that, I ran into the room without thinking. Huh? When she saw me, Yuki-san's expression froze. Oh, wait. The ghost is Hasaki? Oh, shoot. I was just worried about Yuki-san.
Yuki-san, wait! Calm down. You don't need to be afraid of me.
Eek! No good. She probably did recognize me, but she refused the information. When someone refuses to recognize something, that recognition always turns to fear. So right now, I must be terrifying to her.
I'm sorry, Yuki-san.
Ah! Yuki-san! What was I doing? I probably only confused Yuki-san even more. And in a situation like that, I'm really the worst. Anyway, I should clean this up. I wiped off all the powder on the surfaces in the room. Then... Oh! Natsuki-chan, you came back to the house!
Oh, yeah.
Kimura-san apologized when he saw my expression and figured out what had happened. I guess I shouldn't have said anything. It wasn't him.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I guess my information wasn't useful this time. I had someone watching the house for me. He told me someone was in the house, so I came back to see who it was.
What about the job you were doing?
Yeah, we're pretty much finished. I can't do anything without the police, but I managed to clear up the misunderstanding with the people I work with.
That's good to hear.
And I did a bit of digging while I was there. You said something happened 7 years ago, so I went through all the national and local newspapers from that time period. I found out about a certain incident that took place in a town called Sabaimura. Okay. Everyone involved was underage, so there were no names. I got in touch with the reporter, though, and made him give me the names. This tragedy began on that day. I'm right, aren't I?
Yes.
What the fuck happened then? Tell me, don't just be like, oh yeah, something happened, but we're never gonna tell you what it is. Tell me if I'm wrong about any of this. Or, well, I understand if you don't want to talk about it. Pretend like I'm just talking to myself. But if my inference is correct, then I might be able to find this Tomosane-kun that you've been looking for. The Mamiya Takuji-kun here today isn't the real Mamiya Takuji-kun. Okay. The person who is called Mamiya Takuji today isn't listed as Mamiya Takuji on the family register. According to official records, Mamiya Takuji is already dead. Huh? Huh? Okay, hold on. I wanna... Yeah, Hasaki and Takuji have different eye colors. I already knew they had different hair colors. Is Takuji adopted then? Or quote-unquote Takuji, and Hasaki's twin brother is the real Takuji? What? That's... Okay, explain. He's a person that no longer exists. The family register says that the only living brother you have today is the eldest Mamiya brother, Mamiya Tomosane. Okay, nope, then he's not. What the fuck? The person you call Tomo-ni-san. Is that correct? What the fuck?
Yes.
And during the incident which happened 7 years ago, He killed Mamiya Takuji-kun.
What? No, that's not true. Tomo-Nisan didn't kill him. It's not his fault. Tomo-Nisan was just...
I understand. I heard what happened back then. Tomosane-kun was the victim. It wasn't his fault. It was a classic case of self-defense. Mamiya Takuji-kun was the one at fault. He was just protecting you from Takuji-kun, who threatened you with a knife. And then Takuji-kun was killed in the struggle.
Huh?
It was a complete accident. No one has any reason to blame Tomosane-kun. That was the official ruling as well. But there were some people who thought differently. One was your mother, and the other was Tomosane-kun himself. He felt so much guilt for killing his own brother, Mamiya Takuji, that he denied his own personality. He wanted to do something for Mamiya Kotomi-san, who had been traumatized by the loss of her Takuji-kun, and so his personality changed, as if Takuji-kun's soul had been transferred into his body. What? The doctor's diagnosis was secondary structural dissociation associated with PTSD, personality misidentification thought to be a type of dissociative disorder or depersonalization. The symptoms include a disassociation of the experiencing self and the observing self, but it's rare for the disassociated self to take the shape of a dead person like Mamiya Takuji-kun. To put it simply, he has a disease which causes him to mistake himself for another person. That was the diagnosis. What? I met the doctor who first diagnosed him. Normally, he wouldn't be able to tell me any of this, but he opened up when I told him that Tomosane-kun might be related to the recent deaths. But the doctor didn't know how far his case had progressed. He was shocked when he heard that the disassociated self had split into a third personality. The third personality, in other words, he has dissociative identity disorder, which is more commonly known as multiple personality disorder. These symptoms appeared after he got out of the hospital. From what I've heard, his mother made a unilateral decision to stop all treatment. It's still a mystery why Minakami Yuki and Tomosane-kun's personalities later reappeared. But then, what is Yuki? So, Tomosane is the real personality, technically, then? That just resurfaced when Takuji wanted to be stronger? Because, what? And something else I heard from the doctor. There's no clear medical reason why he would begin to believe his own name is Yuki Tomosane rather than Mamiya Tomosane. I guess so. So Tomosane is a name that existed before. Minakami is a name that existed before. Then where did Yuki and Yuki come from? The only thing they can say for sure is that these symptoms appeared in his particular case. After that, your mother raised Tomosane-kun as if he was actually Takuji-kun. That's why he's listed as Mamiya Takuji in the school records. Of course, that's inconsistent with the family register, but the school never had a reason to investigate him. Kotomi-san also must have forged quite a few official documents. Otherwise, there are too many things that can't be explained. We don't know whether she did all of this maliciously, or if she was simply out of her mind. The tragedy unfolding right now was engendered by the tragedy of 7 years past.
That's not true. What happened 7 years ago isn't causing all of this to happen. My birth itself set into motion all the events leading up to today. The tragedy began in the moment that I was born into this world. What?
That's wrong.
No, it's true. My life, my cursed life, brought unhappiness to everyone around me. I killed Takuji-Nisan, and I made Tomo-Nisan bear that curse. And Yuki-san, who was completely innocent, I got her wrapped up in this too. The entire tragedy came about because I was born.
No, that's not true. Please don't say that. What about the woman who saved your life so many years ago? What would she think if she heard you saying that? The young daughter of Master Minakami, the one who protected you.
Wait, what? So that's where you... So, what? So, Master had a daughter. Okay. What?
What about her? What would she think if she heard you saying such sad things about yourself?
Yuki-san.
Minakami Yuki was the daughter of Master Minakami, the owner of Hakushukyo. His daughter put her life on the line to protect you both, so now he treats you like you're his own children, and she died? So, the real Takuji and the real Yuki died. And so Tomosane took on the personality of his dead younger brother Takuji, and then eventually took on the personalities of Yuki and then later himself. That's super complicated. What the fuck? He chose to give up his life as a warrior and live together with the two of you.
Yes.
Your birth didn't cause any of this to happen. It's not your fault. It's not Tomosane-kun's fault either. So we have to stop Mamiya Takuji. We have to expel his vengeful spirit.
Kimura-san, aren't you completely unrelated to all of this? I wouldn't want to cause you I can't read. I wouldn't want to cause you more trouble.
What are you talking about? I'm here of my own free will. I want to be here for you until the end.
Kimura-san.
Have I finally captivated you with my adult charm? What do you think?
Kimura-san, are you an idiot? I only love Tomo-ni-san.
That's fucked, but okay. I know that. I'm cursed to be a virgin forever. I understand. The kind of wonderful woman that I would fall in love with will always have someone else in their thoughts. I'm used to getting turned down. So go ahead and cry it out. You can cry on my shoulder.
Kimura-san, are you seriously trying to seduce me?
Huh? Did you think I was joking?
I mean, you and me, no matter what happened, that's a bit...
I guess so. Kimura-san patted me on the head. It's a joke, just a joke. I know how much you love your Tomosane-ni-san. There's no way you could fall in love with an old man like me.
I might have considered it if Tomo-ni-san wasn't alive.
Huh?
But Tomo-ni-san is still alive, so I can't.
I figured. Okay. Kimura-san drove me back to Hakushukyo. On the way home, we passed over a hill I'd never gone over before. As I crested that hill, I saw the night sun. Oh, okay, a sunflower. It was in the same neighborhood where I'd grown up, but I never even knew these huge sunflowers were here. The downy flowers sparkled white with dew. The moon was blue and the flowers were yellow. It looked as if the sun and moon each stood in the other's place. The ever-dazzling sun stood upon our earth, and the moon in the sky finally shone with its own brilliance. The yellow of the sunflower was dyed with the blue of the moonlight. It was a beautiful sight to behold. But the vigorously blooming sunflowers looked somehow frail. Sunflowers reaching out to the darkness of a night sky. My eyes chased after the sunflowers even as I sat inside the car, like suns reflecting the light of the moon. Suns bathed in blue. My eyes followed them until they faded from view. I never told Master where I was going, so he was very stern with me. He was so mad at me that he made me cry. But when I saw how upset he was, I felt like I really understood what Kimura-san was trying to tell me before. Master, Yuki-san's father, he loves us like his children. The very same children who Yuki-san gave her life to protect. Kimura-san escorted me to the bar and then went back to the Mamiya house. There are still a lot of things I need to investigate. Next time I see him, I'll bring him to you if I can confirm who he is. I just need to check whether or not he's your Tomo-ni-san. Okay. Okay. Near midnight, the bar's heavy door opened. The bell on the door tinkled quietly. Even though the sign had read closed all day, Master tried to tell the customer that we weren't open today. Then he froze in place. Nope. Hey! A familiar face stood in the doorway. A face I'd seen just hours before. But something was a little different. Oh? Hello, it's me, Kimura. Oh, does that mean... Kimura took a bow as if he was introducing a royal guest. The person that Kimura-san had brought with him. There was only one person it could be. It was exactly who I was looking for. My jaw shook as I tried to say something. The words were stuck in my throat. I couldn't get the words to come out right. Just one word. It's just my brother's name. I gathered all my courage, just so that I could speak.
Tomo-ni-san?
The man in front of me gave a sly smile, and then he finally answered. Yeah, it's me, Tomosane.
Ah!
Whoa, Hasaki! I jumped into his arms so fast that he fell back against the door. I couldn't restrain myself. I couldn't hold back. I just cried into his chest. It was Tomo-Nisan, right here with me. The Tomosane Nisan who I fell in love with. The person who was always there by my side. He tried to mask his embarrassment by laughing at me. His was a smile that neither Yuki-san nor Takuji-Nisan could ever replicate. There was only one person in the world that could show me a smile like that. That's why I
thought I would never see you again. I was so sure. Things were just getting crazier and crazier with Takuji-Nisan.
Crazy, huh? I guess so.
You probably don't know what's been happening, but a lot of people have been dying and going missing.
No, I can follow the traces of his memory. I do share the same brain with that bastard, for what it's worth. Huh? You can do that. I learned how to do it just recently. I got a bit of training. And it seems like you've grown up a bit since I last saw you. Something's changed for sure. Did something happen? Nothing in particular, really. After Mamiya Takuji beat me up, I spent a lot of time wandering through a dream. A dream? Yeah, I met Yuki for a little while. Yuki? Oh, I see, What? Master looked very happy. Master never told Yuki-san's personality that he was actually her father. Neither did Yuki-san ever know that she had been Master's daughter when she was alive. Oh, really? Okay. People view Yuki-san as nothing more than a split personality, the side effect of a disease, as if she was nothing more than another one of Tomo-Nisan's delusions. But Master always believed. He always believed that the Yuki-san personality really was his daughter, and that her soul had gone into Tomo-Nisan's body so that she could save him. He told me that Yuki-san was still here on Earth because she needed to protect Tomo-Nisan and expel Takuji's curse from his body. Dissociative identity disorder. It's easy to rationalize the phenomenon with a label, but the human heart has more intricacies than that diagnosis could ever convey. And the soul, too, holds its own secrets. I can still see a bit of her in you. Who? No, nothing. I'm just talking to myself. Besides, don't you need to talk to Hasaki-chan about something? Yes. Weren't you in a rush? Go right ahead. Alright. Then Nisan took a step away from me. He saw the disappointment on my face and held up one finger, as if to say that it would only be for a moment. Even a moment together with him was precious to me. But first, Master! What? Please step outside. Outside? What, you want to talk to me alone? No, I'm telling you to step outside with me. Huh? You want to hook up? No, I'm telling you to step your ass outside. What's wrong? This is rare from you. It's not just rare, it's the first time. Asking your instructor to step outside is like suicide. But you're still saying it? Yes, please. Alright.
Huh? Tomo-Nisan?
The truth is, I came home just to tell you one thing, but there's something I have to confirm before I can say it.
Tomo-Nisan?
I had a dream.
A dream?
That's what you said earlier. You met Yuki, right? Yes, I met Yuki, and she taught me how to control my dreams. Controlling your dreams, huh? Like a lucid dream? You know about it. Yeah, that state of mind is often used in the world of martial arts. Is it? Then I definitely need to ask you something, so please step outside. Jeez, is that the new hip catchphrase that all the fresh meat are saying? Please don't call me fresh meat, that's disgusting.
Huh? What? Master? Tomo-Nisan?
Just give us a moment.
But I haven't seen you in so long.
Don't worry about me. I'll be right back.
Tomo-Nisan!
I tried to chase after him. Then Kimura-san stopped me.
Kimura-san!
Calm down, they're probably just going up to the roof.
The roof?
Yeah, they go up there if they're going to practice martial arts. That's what I heard anyway.
Why do they need to practice?
No, today they're not practicing.
What are you talking about?
Tomosane-kun is trying to surpass his master, Minakami-san.
Huh? He's trying to beat Master?
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
I think you should hear that from Tomosane-kun.
Tomo-ni-san! It's been so long, Tomo-ni-san! Tomo-ni-san!
No. Hasaki? I couldn't stop her. She insisted.
Master, stop it! Tomo-ni-san looks awful!
Shut up! Just be quiet, Hasaki! It's kind of awkward how Master doesn't have a fighting sprite. Like, basically every other character who gets into a physical altercation in this game has some sprite to indicate that they're fighting, even though, come to think of it, that's just Takuji, Yuki, and Tomosane, but still. Oh, is that what you really want to say to her?
I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to shut up. Do you understand how I feel seeing...
I understand.
You don't understand. You're only saying that because you don't understand.
That's not true. It's not because I don't understand. I'm only saying this because I really do understand. Oh wait, Kimika also has a fighting sprite. Forgot about that.
Tomo-ni-san.
I only came back because there was one thing I needed to tell you. If I say those words, then nothing else matters.
That's what I mean. You don't understand at all. You can't just say one thing and leave. I want to sit and talk with you more. I want to talk with you as long as I can, Tomo-ni-san. But you always make up your mind and decide things on your own.
Yeah, that's right. You're right, Hasaki. I'm always being stubborn and making selfish decisions.
Then why is there just one thing? That's nowhere near enough. I want to talk to you more. And just one thing isn't enough.
Hasaki, how many is enough? If this one thing I came to tell you isn't enough, then how many is?
I don't know. I just want to talk to you more, as much as I can. That's all.
Me too.
Huh?
I want to talk to you, Hasaki. Not just about one thing, but as much as I can. That's why I came here tonight, to tell you this one thing.
Huh? You mean...
I won't disappear. I will beat Mamiya Takuji, and I'll still be here to protect you.
Tomo-ni-san.
It won't be Yuki or Master protecting you. It'll be me. Hasaki, I'll come home alive. I'll definitely come back for you. So don't worry.
Tomo-ni-san.
I'll beat the stupid guy, and then I'll beat Mamiya Takuji. Who's a stupid guy? That's not how you should talk to your master, especially after he just beat you up. Sorry, Master. I shouldn't have said that, but... I will defeat you! I can see your knees quaking, you know? A warrior shakes with anticipation before a battle. You've sure changed. I'm fed up with all this shit. I don't care about being cool and mysterious or whatever anymore. I'm totally done with that shit. So yeah, I've changed. He was already beaten up. He got knocked around by Master before I came. He was covered in bruises and cuts. Anyone can see that there was a difference in absolute power here. The situation was desperate, and still he fought on. Master, you never could beat the Master back at the dojo, my grandfather. Of course not, who could? This school of ancient martial arts, passed down from the Sengoku period, has just a few hundred basic techniques. There are tens of thousands of different combinations of those techniques. But for him, that wasn't a problem. He had some sort of primal instinct. Well, that was a very religious dojo, and each successor to the dojo had something like psychic powers. That blood flows in my veins, too. That's probably what I'm feeling right now. I gave you my word. Now it's my turn. Your turn? Controlling one's dreams. I only understood the meaning of those words by standing here before you, Master, in the real world.
Tomo-ni-san!
Felt like time stopped in that moment. Time stood still, not moving into the past or the future. Like something that simply exists. The next moment seemed to stretch into eternity. The two silhouettes sprang into motion. Oh. Oh! Whoa! Take it easy. I did it!
Tomo-san, you're covered in bruises.
Wow, he won! Hey, isn't anyone worried about me?
Does it hurt?
I would be lying if I said it didn't. I went and got the medicine box. Why did he have to get beaten up right after he came back? He's just like he always was. Every time Tomo-san comes back to me, it's just like this.
You're covered in bruises.
Well, I got in a bit of a fight. Of course I am. Every time you come back, you look like this. I almost said that, but then I stopped. Tomo-san had no memory of the distant past. He was convinced that he was actually Mamiya Takuji, and his personality was just created by Takuji-san. So, Tomo-san had thrown away all of his own memories. And all of our happy days in Sawaimura, too.
Why would you do that? Jeez, Tomo-san.
I told you. I did it so I could protect you.
But
so that I can be with you from now on.
you'll be with me from now on?
Yeah, that's right.
Tomo-san, you won't go away?
Of course not. I'm not going anywhere. We can talk for as long as you want.
Really?
Really.
But you always lie to me like that.
I guess I do.
Honestly, I want to tie you up with duct tape so that you can't go anywhere.
That might work.
Yeah, but I believe in you, Tomo-san. I've been betrayed so many times before, but I still believe in you, Tomo-san.
Why? I'm such a good-for-nothing brother.
Because you're my hero.
Hero?
That's right. The hero is stronger than the savior.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
But it's true.
You're right. I'm stronger than him. I definitely won't lose. My promise with Tomo-san. He broke the last promise, but I still believe. Because he's my brother, and he's my hero. So I'll believe in him. Except he's still gonna die, so... In fact, today's the day that he will. Oh boy. Next episode's gonna be a train wreck, isn't it? Alright. We're not quite at an hour yet, but I'm still gonna end this episode here, because I feel like if I continue, I won't have another good place to end until like an hour 30, so... yeah. That's gonna be it for this episode then, guys. If you liked it, then be sure to press the like button, and if you didn't like it, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!